Hey guys, if you're watching this, that means you've made it to what we're up to, that link, and you've scrolled down to today's date and you've clicked on the instructions for even day classes. Today's purpose is to practice evaluating current explanations. Throughout the course of this activity today and the things you're going to be doing, you're going to learn about what's called the lipid hypothesis. It's a big piece of data and conducted by a guy named Ansel Keys, in which we have based a lot of our nutritional science and therefore application off of. So you're going to be evaluating those current explanations, that lipid hypothesis, based off how it was conducted, the way the data was collected and communicated to the masses, and you're going to evaluate it for validity. Do you think it was good enough, or should it have been used to set up and create our recommendations? Was it valid? So again, that's kind of, so you can look at, again, here's our purpose. We'll be evaluating that lipid hypothesis today. Before you do that, I want you guys to watch this video. It's a little short video. It's a good representation of the message that the government and the USDA wants us to hear, all right, in regards to what should be healthy and what's not healthy. So I want you guys to watch it and discuss and answer this question. Then, what you're going to do is we're trying to figure out, how do the current dietary recommendations come about? How did they come to be? All right. So what I've done, this link right here is actually a Google search. If you click on it, it'll just take you to a Google web page. And see, it'll load up here in a second. I'll put it over here. But it'll take you to a Google search, and because I just typed in how did the government recommendations come to be, and start looking at it, and you'll see there's some articles from the USDA. There's about MyPlate from the government. There's blog posts from independent authors. There's something from PBS or whatever. I pulled one out. It is not a professional piece. It is someone's personal blog, so you got to consider the source. But I did it because sometimes whenever you're looking for the truth of the matter, especially something that's so mainstream and entrenched for so long, sometimes you got to be willing to look on the fringes, on the outsides, and spend some time out there and glean what you can, and then get to gain different perspective, and then hopefully make more of an informed decision about something. So this person's blog does a pretty good job. It actually has a big block of a quoted text from a lady who was actually involved with the creation of the original food pyramid. It kind of gives you a little bit of a history of it, where it came from, what it's based off of, what they recommended, and then how it was changed. So again, I want you guys to do what we've done this strategy before, to read and say something. You're going to read it paragraph at a time. So when you click on this link right here, you click on that, and it opens this Google document right here. And this title right here is an actual link. I've got the article embedded. What it is, I just copied it from this page without the pictures and pasted it into Google Doc. All right. Open it up, make a copy of it so you can edit into it, and I've got the directions right here. You're going to read the article below using a read to say something strategy. At the end of each paragraph, you're going to stop, check in, go around the table, and the purpose is to help you understand what you're reading, because again, it is something that may not be familiar to some of you, but collectively as a group, one or two of you may have a little bit better understanding, or you may be able to wrap your brain around it and help the other person out. So again, it's just a strategy to help everyone in the group understand some technical information or unfamiliar information. Right. So as you're reading it, stop, check in at the end of each paragraph. So read the first paragraph, stop, check in, go around, say something about it, what you just read, sum it up if you need to, or it's anything interesting, something that stuck out to you, whatever. All right. Then move on. All of you move on together to the next one. Read it, stop, check in with each other, and say something about what you just read. Once you guys have finished reading this article, now you got to stay on task. It's kind of lengthy, but it's still a pretty good article. And if you'd rather read it in the actual blog itself, feel free to just click on that title, and it should take you right to it, or the link on my website. But once you get through it, I've got some things I want you guys to do. I want you guys to write a reflection, including these bullets right here. What was your initial reaction to the information of the post? What did you think of it? All right. Was there anything you're already familiar with that you already knew? Was there anything that was that piqued your interest? Like, that's kind of interesting. I'd like to know more about that. What do you think? Again, always consider the source of what you're reading. Always consider who's paying for it, what's the motivation behind it. So I want to know, what do you think? I mean, it's kind of opinionated. Hopefully, practicing those inferencing skills. What bias do you think the author might have towards that would fuel this type of an article, this expose, I guess, if you will? And then what factors in the reading had an impact on the development of the original food pyramid. Because as you read, it was changed, it was altered. I want to know, what were some of those societal pressures that were having an effect on what was finally handed out to us as consumers and told what to eat. So again, this is all kind of wrapping up into that culture side of our driving question, trying to figure out where this came from, what other entities are at play, and how they affect science and research, right? Because it all comes together. Then once you've done completed reflection, I've got another question. Does the evidence and the science behind these recommendations stack up? Another look at the impact of political agendas on scientific research and applications. You got to understand, political agendas absolutely impact what is researched, what is communicated, and what is put out to you as a consumer. All right. So I've got a couple little videos from the documentary Fathead. If you've had Coach Bandy, you may have seen it. It's a pretty good little documentary, and it does a pretty good job of summing up some of the chicanery, I think he calls or uses that word in there. The I guess shysterness, or I just made that word up. The things that go on behind the scenes that many people don't understand or don't realize. So again, watch these two videos, and then once you guys are reflecting your thoughts, you can go ahead and put that in the Google Doc. All right, reflect and answer the question: was the science and the process that led up to USDA's recommendation legitimate? And tell me why you think it was or wasn't. All right, what details did you pull out, or what things stood out on how they operated and what they did? Then, in conclusion of that, here's your assignment for next time. All right. Again, if you have earbuds, they're going to come in handy. This right here is your second block. Here's your link. Fourth block. Here's your link. It'll open up into a Google form, a lot like the one we did in class the other day about the American diet. Let's see, as soon as it loads up, here it is. One thing that you could do if this screen's too small for you, which is pretty small, but if you got, I mean, it's not that bad, but on a little small Chromebook, maybe too small. On my website, I've taken those videos and I've just put them right here, the URL links right here. So if you want to like open that into a full screen tab, you can. But again, all the videos on that within these links are right here. This is actually not a video, but it's just interesting information that goes along with some of the Ansel Keys information that might be interesting to you. All right, it might it helps you understand how science changes sometimes. So again, click on your link for your class once you're done with the things above, and then watch the videos and answer the questions. Right? I mean, again, I'll throw it into a spreadsheet so we can discuss it next time. All right. I've got 3 videos. They're not very long, but read the prompts carefully and answer them thoroughly, and put some time and thought into this. Right. Like I said, we're going to wrap up this cultural perspective and move into more of the biology, the human biology side of things, probably next week, and then probably come back around and do a little more, some other comparative studies looking at different cultures and what they eat. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Get some work done and be awesome.